Howdy. Boy, I'm sure you already know me from the archery rod stuff I did earlier. I sent you. This is what I'm working with here. Kid's bow. It's a little bear. I think it's a Brave 3. I can't remember, but notice it's got a. Come on, focus. It's got a brass bead knock on there, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you what I was talking about on the comments and in the text message. I'm going to insert a knock just for grins. Short axle bow, very short draw length. I'm not going to put a knocking point thread on both sides of it. What I'm going to do is get a top-down view as I tie this thing up. Get it all in the picture. It looks like it. Let's see. Yeah, good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Alright, that'd be nice. Here it is, right here. We're going to take us some Halo 0.024 inch. We're going to take us a foot or so of it. You're facing the bottom side of the bow right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie about, I guess about 4 or 5 wraps around. Usually I start off with a clove hitch, just right around, and then I snug that almost up to the knock. Pull it as tight as I can with my fingers, and just give it a good swift snug. And then I'll work both sides around, just half hitching straight down about 3 or 4 or 5 times. Notice I've left a little bit of gap there between the knock and the knocking point. What that's going to do is that's going to give me just a little bit of play room. Also, when my D-loop comes tight, it's going to give it that room to press up against the D-loop, or for the D-loop to press up against the thread, and possibly have a little bit of wiggle room, but we're trying to prevent that wiggle room. Let's see, so we'll give it one more on each side. Then we'll just burn that sucker on right on there. And then you'll just lick your finger and snub it off, just like you would a peep or whatever. Notice we got just a little bit of room there, a little bit of play room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knocking point pliers, I'm going to grab hold of this little bad boy, take that out of there, hold that little bad boy, and it should pop off. Well, it does on a tight string. Come on, off you come. Apparently this thing don't want to come off. The hard way. What was going on there? Fire. Give it a good sweep pull. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this another. Notice it left a pretty good indentation on the serving. Not optimal for what I like, but yeah, that's what we do. Close about another foot of thread. Start it with a nice little clove hitch. It doesn't have to be right on the money. You just get it close and then snug it on there. Okay. And I'm only going to work one side now, about 2 half hitches, maybe 1. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Now what we've done is, because the knock is offset from the center of the bow, we've created a relief here. That way, when the string comes back, it doesn't pinch directly in the knock or off center, because our D-loop would be off center. So what we've done is we've created a relief for our D-loop to pull straight back around the knock, basically to have the D-loop play from down here and down here, and have the D-loop slightly, or the release slightly offset from the knock, but still creating a straight pull. So, let's see here. That's close enough. I think I gotta rebuild the strings for this bow anyways. We're just doing it for strings. Go ahead and bring that bad boy off. Alright, done that. Now we're going to take our standard number 24 thread. Now, for our purposes, I'm not going to go and put a fancy D-loop in terms of length. The D-loop, yes, its main purpose, as you said earlier in the text message, was for drawing the bow, yes. But, in all reality, the D-loop, the big deal behind the D-loop is, it affects your anchor point. So once you get your draw length set correctly, the D-loop is going to be the way you affect your anchor point. Say you anchor much further back on your face, you don't want your draw length coming back way back on your face, because now you're affecting the way the bow shoots from having the string contact your face too much. So what we'll do in that case, we will actually set up the string to be the proper draw length for you. So have the bow set up correctly for you, and then we'll adjust to a longer draw length. Now, say for instance you have a shorter face and you need a much shorter draw, or a longer draw length to get things correct. Now you need a shorter D-loop, etc., etc. And so what that does, and also notice for a right-handed shooter, I've put my D-loop piece on the left, or my loop around on the left. But so the change in D-loop length allows you to very finitely tune the bow to allow you to have a more accurate draw in terms of anchoring and in terms of facial contact for accuracy. So I'm leaving a fairly generous D-loop on this one. Normally I would not for my personal setup, just because of my personal draw and how I shoot my bow. But we'll go ahead and get this one snipped up good and tight. These are so handy. Carbon Express D-loop pliers. Got a nice little nib in the nose one. Pull it tight. Take our handy Persian on. Fluff it. Burn. We'll get it on fire and then mash it. Notice now we have a D-loop that is properly formed. Yeah, I'll go grab it here in a minute and I'll show it to you. But notice you don't have a lot of playroom there. I usually tie it with a little less than that, but once you get into draw, we'll move the video back. See, once you get it up into draw, just using a draw check. Once you get it up into the draw, now you can see how what affects the way the notice my draw is directly behind the knock, but that longer length down there allows everything to hold directly vertical behind the knock. Take it for what it's worth.